Good evening, everyone. So, again, thank you so much for attending the Lamrim class or Dharma class. I always mention to you the practice of Lamrim is the practice of Dharma. The practice of Dharma is the practice of Lamrim. As a Buddhist, we consider ourselves as a Buddhist. It is so important to follow the Buddha teaching, mainly about Four Noble Truths, then practice of toiling interdependence, knowing the 12 links interdependent, that we need to practice renunciation. After you generate renunciation, then you need to think which path, practice you want to follow, the Mahayana or Hinayana. If you wish to practice only Hinayana path, then every day you practice taking refuge, very carefully follow the law of causality of karma, practice renunciation and selflessness or emptiness with karma burning and special insight. Then slowly you're going to reduce the defilements, then ignorance. Then you're going to achieve liberation, you yourself liberate from samsara. Then if you don't want to practice the Hinayana path, want to practice sincerely the Mahayana path, then the basics are same, taking refuge, practice renunciation, practice emptiness, then bodhicitta. Top of them, then you need to practice 6 paranjana paramitas. Then you everyday practice all of them. Then one day you going to become a Buddha. You're going to achieve Buddhahood. So this is so important. As a Buddhist, we must know how to practice the Dharma. Not only know how to chant, how to recitation, how to do chanting, recitation, prostration. These are important, but most important, we must know how to practice our daily life. That's why practice of Lamrim is very important. So this is consider the Lamrim class for beginner. So doesn't matter you are beginner of Lamrim study or you are advanced students. The most important, you must practice as much as you can. Even though some of you consider the advanced student of Lamrim, if you don't practice, your knowledge is kind of advanced. You have better knowledge, better information about Dharma. Still you are not considered of advanced practitioner. Some of you may consider as a beginner of the Lamrim student, consider as a beginner practitioner. If you seriously practice whatever you learn from Lamrim, whatever you learn from other texts, if you are very serious about your practice, you yourself consider as a beginner, but your practice is quite advanced. Make sure, the more you learn Dharma, the more you got information or study about Dharma, the more you have a calm mind. You become more common person. you become more happy person, you become more open, mind person. If there's not any changes in your mind, if there's no any small or medium or great transformation, then you are not really practice the Dharma. So every class I always request, urge all of you, you must practice of Dharma. So the second question, yes, I want to practice Dharma. I want to do meditation on Dharma. So how I should to begin? How I should begin to practice, to meditate? How I should practice the Dharma? How should I begin? I should do the meditation. This is a very important question. Also, it's difficult to get the answers because there are so many teachings taught by Buddha Shakyamuni and other Buddhas. Also, there are so many teachings taught by Indian masters like Nagarjuna, Shantideva, Asanga, Vasubandhu, like 70 masters from Nalanda University. Then there are so many teachings taught by Chinese master, Tibetan master, Thai master, Sri Lankan master, Singaporean master. So many teachings are there. So when we open our texts, when we open our teaching books, we really don't know what the content it is, how to practice. That's why Lamrim is one of the very unique texts, because it consists all the practices, practice from the Hinayana teachings, practices from Mahayana teachings, practice from Vajrayana teachings. Also Lamrim teach you there's no contradiction between the teaching taught by Buddha Shakyamuni, like a Hinayana teaching, Mahayana teaching, Vajrayana teaching. There's no any contradictions. Also, the Lamrim introduce us. There's no any contradiction between teaching between different masters. So, as a Buddhist, we always consider, always believe yourself, I am Buddhist. You should not think I am Chinese Buddhism, I am Tibetan Buddhist, I am like Thai Buddhist. You just consider I am a Buddhist. Buddha Shakyamuni is my guru, my teacher, my guide. All his teachings are introduction to me to how to reduce all the defilements, all the misperceptions. Also, all the teaching consider as how you can generate all the positive mind, virtuous mind. So since today, so we have learned the four greatness of the Lamrim. After that, then we learned how we practice the Dharma. Then also we learn, how we must rely on masters, gurus. Then it explains the quality of the masters, then quality of the students. Third, then we learn how students rely on the masters, as well how the master must, guide, teach to the students. Then third is the main kind of topic or subject. After you rely on teacher and guru, how we should practice the Dharma. Then here is mainly 3 sections. How we should do before we start the meditation. Second, also explain us how we must, what should we do during the meditation. Then last, what we should do after the meditation and also between the meditation session. And the last class we study about the precondition of the meditation based on the 6 preparation, right? So we studied and the actual way of sustaining the meditation. It has 2 parts. What to do during the actual meditation session, what to do in the between meditation session. Then what to do during the actual meditation session. There's 3. The preparation, the actual session, then the conclusion. Okay, so when you study Lamrim, you should not study Lamrim as a reading the novel book, not study as a reading a story or history. You must study how I must practice the Dharma. Let me look at the actual meditation session is divided into 3 parts. So when we do meditation, there are 3, preparation, actual session, then conclusion. The preparation has 6 aspects. I hope you remember all the 6 aspects. What are the 6 aspects of the preparation? What are they? Number 2, offering without decide. 3, sit. Number 4, 5, corrective condition. Then 5, 6. What is the number 6? 6 aspect, right?
Your mind, the objects of the mandala.
Okay, so is explain us, the preparation. The simply I mentioned in the class, clean well the place where you are staying is a 2 meaning. You must clean the place where you do practice, as well as you must clean the bad motivation. Means you must clean your thoughts. So you must remember, related to the cooperative condition has 2, accumulation and purification. Okay, accumulation and purification. So how we accumulate, how we purify it. This means, for example, when you need to cut a tree, you need a object, you need a instrument, you need something to cut the tree. It's like a knife. If the knife is very sharp, it's not heavy, you cannot cut the tree. The knife is very heavy, no sharp. There's no sharpness, you cannot cut. You need the both of them, which is the sharpness and the heaviness. Heavy. So when you practice, the Dharma, when you try to generate the positive minds, you need to do 2 more important practices, which is accumulate merit, purify the negative karma. That's why in order to do this, then you need to visualize the merit field. So all of you just simply, because we consider as a Buddhist, most important, you just visualize Buddha Shakyamuni in front of you in the space. Then below Buddha Shakyamuni, you visualize, the true lineage guru, which is vast and profound lineage, which is Maitreya Buddha and Manjushri. Then if you have your own gurus, then you can visualize guru, all the gurus below the Manjushri and Maitreya Buddha. So Manjushri we consider, the profound lineage guru. Maitreya Buddha we consider as a vast teaching lineage guru. Because when Buddha gave a teaching, he gave teaching mainly emptiness and the practices. For example, Heart Sutra. When you read the Heart Sutra beginning to end, most time, most of the verses explained emptiness. Emptiness of the five aggregates, emptiness of the, 12 links independent, emptiness of the Four Noble Truths. The Heart Sutra directly explain emptiness. Indirectly explained, all the practices. That means there's a two kind of content. One is the profound, which is emptiness. Second is we call vast, which is all the practices. True lineage guru, then you offer the mandala. Then you must know what kind of chanting you must chant when you offer the mandala. So when you visualize, you should not, do symbol. You just should not think there's a Buddha, that you are focusing Buddha in the outside. No, you need to imagine, you need to create, you need to produce the image of the Buddha Shakyamuni in your mind. That means mainly you are focusing the reflection of the Buddha Shakyamuni, reflection of the Maitreya Manjushri. This is same when you do meditation. Okay, make sure. When you meditate on, let's say, Buddha Shakyamuni, you should not think you are looking at the Buddha statue, you are looking at the Thangka, you are looking at the pictures. No. First you look at the Buddha statue or painting or picture, then you just make a copy of the Buddha in your mind. That means you have a kind of reflection, you have a picture of the Buddhas in your mind. Mainly you focus the picture, reflection, the Buddhas in your mind. Then chanting, look at. So you learn, then I ask you to do, very small homework. Remember what was the homework? Ask you to do. Homework. So we studied about the 6 preparation. Then related to the 6 preparation, we study about 7 branches practice. 7, there's a different term. Some text mention 7 limbs practice. Somebody in some text explain, 7 branches worship. Even whatever, there's a 7 practices. What are they? Without looking at your text, number 1, prostration. Number 2, offering. Number 3, confession. Number 4, rejoicing. Number 5, requesting true will of Dharma. Number 6, supplication. Number 7, dedications. So look at now, you become quite, serious about practice of Dharma. So you visualize the married field. Then you have a mainly two motivation, let's say three motivation to visualize the merit field. Number one, you want to accumulate in a lot of merits. Number two, you want to purify your negative thoughts. Then number three, you want to multiply your virtues, right? Now the 7 limb practice you can include into how many practices? 3. Accumulation, purification, then multiplying. Make sure, right? So within the 7, how many practices include into accumulation? 5, right? 5. What are they? That means you just exclusive 2, right? Exclusive 2. Then 5 are mainly practice of accumulation. So which one you want to exclude? Within that 7, confession. Don't look at your textbook. I asked you to do homework. I never asked. Rejoicing, right? Rejoicing. The confession, purifying practice of confession is mainly for what? Purification. The rejoicing. Okay, now I ask you a question. Make sure you give the right answer. Yes, the first 5 include into practice of accumulation merit. Last 2 include into 2, purifying, multiplying, expand. The first, no doubt, confession include into practice of purification. The dedication only include into multiplying practice or something else. Okay, Sonam said it can be include both multiplying and accumulating, right? How you can the rejoicing? How you can divide into 2? How? I think everybody shouting out in the dark.
Rejoicing has 3. Rejoicing the higher, same level and lower level. So for the higher, you accumulate less merit. But if you rejoice somebody that is lower than you, so it is accumulate merit double. And then because of the rejoicing can be rejoiced, so whatever that others do, and you rejoice on the rejoicing itself, then it becomes multiplied. So on the first level, it seems like it is an accumulation only, but after you rejoice, it multiplies.
Okay, Sonam said, there's 3 different ways you can make a rejoicing. So now everybody look at the Lamrim. Look at the Lamrim text. Page 97, right? Page, 98 actually. 98, the last paragraph. 98. Who has a book, you must read. The answer is there.
You accumulate from that? From the words, you accumulate the collections of merits?
No, look at. You accumulate all collection of the merit and sublime wisdom, the favorable condition, through the performing the 5 branches of the obeisance, offering, rejoicing, imploring, and supplication. Right? Those include into collection of the merit. Through the confusion, you clear away the obscuration. Then next on cultivating the delight in the virtues that you have done, which is part of the rejoicing, will also increase your virtues. You may have few virtues are result of the accumulation, right? That means this answer. If you just, rejoice other merit, other people merit, is accumulating a lot of merit, not multiplying. Okay? If you rejoice your own merit, then it's included into multiplying. Okay, so this is until here we studied in the last class. Now we go a little bit very quickly the actual session. It's so important, this one. Actual session has 2 subheadings. How to sustain the meditation in general. Right? Meditation is very important. So generally how we should do meditation. Second, how we should do when we do, the Lamrim practice. That which is known as a meditation. I explained last time, we must differentiate between meditation and, mindfulness. Meditation and mindfulness. Most people always mix up mindfulness and meditation. Also concentration and meditation. We should not mix up. Look at meditation is the act of sustaining an object of meditation and specific objective aspect by repeatedly focusing your mind upon a virtuous object of meditation. Right? So when we do meditation, there are 3 things always there. Object, which is the thing you want to focus, we call object. Second is the mind. Third is the action. So what is the object of meditation? What is the object of meditation? Virtues. Look at. When you fully focus on, flower, focus on, some external object, it consider mindfulness, but not meditation. Meditation always focus on the virtuous object. Okay, clear? The virtuous object. Then, look at sustaining object of meditation and specific objective aspect by repeatedly focusing your mind upon the virtuous object. That means when you do meditation, you need a object. For example, right now we just say, statue of Buddha. When you focus, so this is a big question. When you focus on Buddha statue or Buddha, the object considered as a virtues, right? When you focus on simple flower, the flower is not like a non-virtues, neither virtues, is neutral object, right? That means when you do meditation, you should not simply focus on the neutral object. You must focus on the positive object. Positive object can be, the hard thing like a picture or statue, or maybe compassion, kindness, tolerance, love, compassion, all of them we consider as a positive, the virtuous object. Then, most important one, the purpose of this is as follows. Why we have to do, we want to do meditation, why it is so important to do meditation. What is the purpose of this? This is follows. From beginningless time, you have been under the control of your mind, right? Beginningless. If you believe in the previous life, think about the beginningless time. If you simply believe only this lifetime, since we were born, we are controlled by our mind, right? Everybody believe? You have been under the control of your mind. Look at, even the small baby, doesn't know which is good, which is bad. Still the small baby, very small baby also, control of his or her mind. For example, when the baby feels suffering, that's the mind experience suffer. That's why the baby crying. Right? When we feel hungry, so we have to go. Our body have to move to get food because we control by the mind. Right? That means mind is look like leader which is lead us under your control. Your mind has not been under your control, right? We have been under the control of our mind, but our mind has not been under our control. So now we have to change. Since beginningless time, or since we were born until now, we follow the mind, right? We follow the mind. Since today, since you study Lamrim, we try to, the mind must follow us. The mind must follow us. What we say, the mind must do. Right? If we are not able to change who lead first, then we cannot change our mental habit. We cannot change our habit. Under control of your mind has not been under your control. Furthermore, your mind tended to be obscured by affliction and so forth. So we follow the mind. The mind follow whom? Afflictive emotion, the obscure affliction. There's a two meaning, obscure affliction. Right? You not just simply use affliction. There's a obscured. Obscured is the function, potential of the afflict emotion. Potential or potential of the afflictive emotion. For example, is simply we can do experiment. Before we get angry towards anybody, we can see the person is nice, the person is okay, the person is good, right? When the anger arises within our mind, certainly we think the person is bad. We cannot see the person is nice as before. That means when the negative thoughts arise, it's totally obscure, block, right? To see the person is nice as before. That means obscured by the afflictions. Make sure you should not mix. Anger is, obscured affliction. Affliction is kind of Also, the meaning of affliction in Tibetan language, we use Nyön Mong, afflictive emotion. Nyön Mong means any kind of negative thoughts arise in your mind, suddenly it makes you uncomfortable. It makes you unhappy, right? Anger arises, make you unhappy. Attachment arises, make you unhappy. This means whenever it arises, make you unhappy. Is a part of the definition of the afflict emotion. Not only makes you unhappy, also it totally your mind become unclear. It arises, makes you unhappy, you feel unhappy. Also, all your minds become, unclear. That's why when anger arises, make you unhappy, is make other people make unhappy, and also you have a lot of confusion what to do. This means afflictive. So, please everybody, must think and remember, until now, we are controlled by the mind. The mind tended, controlled by obscure afflictions, and so forth. Thus, now look at, therefore, meditation aims to bring this mind, which give rise to all faults and flaws, under control, and then it makes it cerebral. So, before we do meditation, we must know the object, how to focus, how to maintain the mind. Also, we must know we controlled by mind, the mind controlled by emotions. Due to that, we have a lot of negative actions. All action is very negatives. Therefore, meditations aim to bring this mind, which give rise to all faults and follows. Now, through meditation, you need to tame the mind, which is give rise all faults and follows, under control, and then is aimed to make is serviceable. That's why when you look at the meditation painting, I think some of you have seen the painting. When you look at the painting, you can see one elephant, you can see one monkey, then you can see a person or monk. The person hold what you call the rope with a hook. Okay, in the painting, the picture of the monk is symbolic of the practitioner, like you. You are a person. The elephant is look like mind. And the monkeys look like afflictive emotions. When you see in the painting, the monkey walk before the elephant. That means our mind, our mind always, lead by afflict emotions. So we have to switch. We have to change the system. We make a rule. Since today, I'm not going to go after the mind. The mind must come after me. That means I want to do practice of compassion. Then let the mind, change as a compassion. So this is the main kind of purpose. Control, and then is aimed to make is serviceable. Serviceable means that you can direct your mind as you wish towards virtuous object of meditation. That means finally you really have to control your mind. You can focus wherever you want. If you want to focus your mind on the, like compassion, you're fully able to focus on compassion because now you're able to direct your mind, right? You can control your mind. Therefore, look at, when we say, I'm not happy, she's not happy, he's not happy, my family, my friends, they're not happy. What we are talking about, they are not happy. Why they are not happy? I don't think they are not happy because they don't get breakfast, right? I don't say they are not happy because they don't have enough clothes and food. Why they say, I'm not happy, he's not happy, she's not happy, my friend's not happy? Because all of us, controlled by negative thoughts. Because the mind is totally polluted by, negative thoughts. If we change, slowly we make separate the mind, every emotion. And every emotion must control by mind. So then, after you, practice meditation for like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, finally within 1 year, you're able to control the mind. You're able to direct the mind. Then you can focus the mind wherever you want. Right? This is the main purpose of meditation. Make sure. Many people are saying, I want to do meditation because I need a, peace. I need a peaceful mind, which is the right way to saying. Is the right way to saying, but they don't know how to do meditation. Next, how to sustain the meditation specifically. So now, generally, we just learn how to do meditation. So what is the purpose of meditation? If we don't do meditation, what will be happen? Now we go more, precisely about practicing Lamrim. So this is, very, like a Mahayana tradition. I think also is very related to the, the Vajrayana practices. For example, we read the foundation of all good qualities. Everybody has the copy read. Look at the first sentence. First paragraph. The foundation of all good qualities is the kind, perfect, pure Guru. Right? It never says the foundation of all good quality is Guru. No. I say kind, perfect. Perfect, right? Pure. The perfect, pure Guru. It is tell us when you rely on Guru, master. Also, some of you very new in Tibetan Buddhist Center. I really makes you very clear about the Tibetan Buddhist Center. This place, not really, kind of on sectarian temple center. It's just Buddhist center. Anybody can come. Anybody can join this class. Second, we never ever, charge like a fee for the Dharma class. Third, I am here resident teacher. I am not resident guru and master, resident teacher. So you consider me, you can think about me, I am your study partner Also, I always consider all of you my study partner, my Dharma friend. I make sure you should not consider I am your guru, I will be your guru. I'll just give you the instruction, information, and you get the information that you must, find the kind, perfect, pure guru. Kind. When you say kind, it explains the mental quality. Kind. Perfect. Yes, the guru is very kind, very compassionate, very nice guru. If the guru doesn't have the perfect knowledge about Dharma, the guru cannot give you the right instruction. Right? Doctor is very nice, very kind doctor. If the doctor doesn't have the perfect knowledge about medicine, the doctor cannot give you medicine. Pure is explain the ethical discipline. Also pure motivation. This means the first paragraph talk about, the guru. Then correctly devotion to him. Him also not referred to, the English way, him and her. Him is like just in Chinese you can say tha, right? Tha can be male and female. Or Tibetan also say, he, we Tibetan say, ko. Ko can be, ladies and, like gentlemen. Can be referred to both. Rely in root of the path. Root of the path. If you, want to practice the path, if you want to accomplish the path, you must rely on the guru. Guru is the root of the path. Then, by clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to rely upon him with a great respect. This is first explain the quality of the teacher. Then next, second, program number 2 and 3, 4, number 2, number 3, number 4. The 3 paragraph explained how to practice the small scope being path. Right? Then next, paragraph 5, 6 is explain the practice of middle scope being. Then number 7, number 8, number 9 explained the practice of a great being, which is Bodhisattva path. First, explain how to generate the renunciation, bodhicitta. Number 8, explain how you must practice bodhicitta combined with the emptiness, as well as how to maintain the vows. Then number 9, mainly emphasize how to realize emptiness. Based on emptiness, how to accomplish karma-binding special insight. Then number 10, 11, 12 mainly explain the Vajrayana practice, the cigarette practice. Then number 13 and 14 are mainly dedication. That's why when you study like a Theravada teaching, I don't think they very much emphasize, the relationship, the connection between teacher and disciple. So in the Mahayana tradition, in the Vajrayana tradition, it is so important the relationship is so important between master, the guru and the disciple. That's why first reflect on the benefit of the relying on the teacher, such as quickly attaining the Buddhahood and the drawback of the not rely on the teacher. So before you fully generate belief in Guru, faith in Guru, you must remember the benefit of rely on teaching, then the drawback of the not rely on the teacher. Right? Generally, all of you are very educated because since your childhood, you relied on teacher. Due to rely on teacher, you become educated. Sometimes, we really forget, I'm here, I have this education, I have this experience, this knowledge because of the teacher in school, like college, university. We must have a, pure respect. Same thing. The practice of Dharma, generating bodhicitta, generating renunciation, realize emptiness. Without Guru, you cannot. Even though you read a lot of books, you try to practice, you will have a lot of confusion, a lot of misunderstanding, misconception, misperception. That's why we must rely on the kind, perfect, pure teacher. So then slowly you must, develop the respect based on understanding the benefit of relying on teacher, the drawbacks of non-rely on the teacher. Then what to do at the conclusion, right? Yes, you have a motivation to practice Dharma, that you do meditation. What should we do end of our practice? Then what is this? What we should do? Do the dedication prayers, right? What to do at the conclusion, maybe what to do at the end of your practice? Do the dedication prayers. Dedication. So when we do dedication prayers, when we dedicate the merit, we mainly focus two achievements. What are they? Achievement of temporal, achievement of the ultimate. Okay, whenever you do dedication, just simply you think, for example, so before we start the class, we did the prostration 3 times with the sincere motivation. Then we believe, really strongly believe we accumulate, merit. The merit, when we dedicate, we should think, I'm going to dedicate, I'm going to share, this one, our temporal achievement. If you are sick, if you are facing certain problem, your family, brother, sister, relatives, facing certain problem, just dedicate the merit to overcome, all the problems. Finally, also dedicate the merit to become Buddha, to benefit all sentient beings. Right? Dedication. So, do it with the aspiration so strong that is will be the cause of fulfilling your provisional and the final aim. This means same thing, temporal and ultimate. Meditate in this way during the 4 seasons. So it's also is talking about the serious practitioner, 4 seasons. We cannot be, that serious practitioner, but we can still do, the 4 seasons of practice. One we must do early morning. 4 seasons, okay? How we can divide the time into 4 seasons, 4 sessions? 4 sessions, right? Pre-dawn mean the time. Yeah. I think 4 is a bit early.
Before sunrise. Before sunrise.
Okay, so in Tibet, in the ancient time, there wasn't like electricity. When they woke up early morning, they always look their own palm. If they're able to read the palm line, it's considered early morning. Okay, so it was early morning. So whatever, I think best one, like 5:30 to 6:30 is the best time to do meditation. Because, why? Why best time? When you woke up early morning, like 5:30 to 6:30, your mind is very fresh. Very fresh. Then, because you don't have a lot of, destructive mind. You haven't started yet. After you breakfast, then you start all the destructive mind. That's the best time your mind, focus on meditation. Focus on the positive virtuous object. Then, session number 2, okay, morning. That morning here consider, let's say, 8 to 11 o'clock around. 8 to 11 o'clock. Then, evening, afternoon. Let's say afternoon, let's say 2 to 5 or 6. The evening like 7 or 7, around 7 to around 8 or 9. So as a lay person practitioner, you can do this 4 session practice, session practice. In the morning, you have enough time. Around, like I say, morning, before you start your daily walk, you generate the proper motivation. If you work for the company, right, you should not think I have to do this work, this company. You should think I'm doing this company can benefit those people. If you work for the restaurant, also you should think, I'm going to go to work in the restaurant. I can cook, I can clean, I can serve the food. Also it can give a lot of benefit for many people. That means you can practice, the 4 seasons, not have to do in the retreat. Then next one, furthermore, if it's first you meditate on long time, another important, if at first you meditate for long time, you will be readily successful for luxury and excitement. So at the beginning, if you do meditation for long time, like say 20 minutes, that's no good. If you try to do bit long time, then you will have 2 problems. What are they? Excitement and luxury. Right? Laxity and excitement. What does mean laxity? Tired. Excitement, distracted. Your minds go everywhere. So that's why if this become your habits, because you always try to do meditation for longer, like 20 minutes, half hour, but you are trying, you are putting effort, but your mind go with the 2 things, laxity and excitement. If you become habit, then there's a problem, right? Therefore, become your habit, it will then be difficult to correct your awareness. Therefore, meditate in many short session. That means at the beginning you do many time, short time, not long time. If you end, that means if you try to do longer meditation, then your mind become laxity, become very tired, lot of distraction. then next time you don't want to do meditation because you feel so tired. Also you feel I cannot do because I cannot focus. Right? That means do short time, but many times. When your meditation has become somewhat stable, the lengthen the session, right? When your mind able to focus, become bit better. If you feel yes, I can able to focus. You feel my focus is quite good. Then you can extend the time. In all this session, make your practice free from the faults of being either too strict or excessively relaxed, and thereby sustain your meditation. In this way, you will have few obstacles will overcome problems such as over-tiredness, laxity, and lethargy. So it tells us, how we should do meditation, how long, what are the problems, what are the obstacles we have when we do meditation. Let's say, as a Mahayan practitioner, so before we do meditation, we just think, what kind of negative thought is very strong within my mind. Let's say, today I'm very angry. Then, first you do the analytical meditation. Analyze why I am very angry today. Why? Sometimes, there's a danger to mix up angry and, kind of wind problem. The wind problem. Because our body has 4 elements, right? 4 elements. Sometimes you have a very strong wind in your body, you feel kind of angry. You feel angry, but it's not really angry, it's due to the wind problem. If you really feel I'm not happy because I'm angry with someone, I'm angry with myself, right? Then do analytical meditation. Why? Then you must recognize I'm not happy, I'm angry with that person. Then you just, focus the person, maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes, then generate compassion, fully focus the person, right? That means you fully focus the object, then take a rest. Again, remember the person, focus on it, and generate compassion, kindness, tolerance, whatever. And that moment, make sure you don't have the 2 obstacles, lethargy and excitement. Excitement means, excitement, I'm not sure on this one. There's a few occasions has a different meaning. Here I will check. Yeah. Excitement means your mind is going everywhere, is it? Yeah, excitement. And make sure, first time sometimes we think, I'm really doing meditation. I'm focusing this object. If you think about, your mind is not there. Your mind already has gone. Sometimes you fully focus, but there's no excitement, but there's a dullness. Okay, you cannot see object clearly. You cannot have the freshness of the mind. That means whenever you do meditation, two things are very important. Fully aware the object without excitement, without destructive. Even though you won't have destructive, your mind is fully focused, but not the freshness is not there. Clear? Make sure you must have two things always there. Fully focused with the freshness, without excitement. Excitement is not there, but the freshness is not there. That's why it's so important to have two together. Sensory faculty. Now we move page number, then next, what to do in the between meditation sessions. So I think some of you will go to retreat in Genting, right? Genting in Malaysia. Then there's a time for meditation. There will be a time for in the breaking time. Then most time we look at, even though we can see when we have a Lamrim class in the afternoon, we have a break. When we have a class, everybody fully focused and do chanting, also read book. During the break, full of noisy. Because that time we forgot, what we have studied. We never maintain the, kind of the motivation, the awareness about what we learn. That's why what to do in between meditation session. In general, there are many things to be done between meditation session, such as obeisance, circumambulation, recitation of prayer and scripture. Generally, in between you can do prostration, you can walk around the holy, like a place, you can do recitation, you can do prayer. However, the principal thing to do in this context as follows. Now you look at, many people think, the prostration, recitation, chantings are very important. No, it must be done in between, right? Most we must do practice, do meditation. If you feel tired, if you need like a break time, then during the break time you do recitation, chanting, prayer, prostration. We doing what? We do opposite. We do a lot of chanting, recitation. When we tired, then we just do normal things. So today we have to learn two things. We need to change our the lifestyle. Until now we controlled by mind controlled by every emotion. Since today, we control the mind, then the mind control everything. And also, until now, many of us doing a lot of recitation, chanting, prayer, prostration, this thing. But today we should change. We more focus on practice like mainly meditation. Then do less, recitation, chanting, offering, prostration. We change. And also, don't forget the differences between meditation and mindfulness. Don't mix up meditation and concentration. For example, someone want to steal money from someone. The person has a very focus, right? Very focusful. Somebody want to fight with someone. Before they start fighting, they have a lot of concentration, lot of mindfulness. But those are not considered as a meditation, right? Meditation focus on positive object. Positive. What to do in between. Then look at, after you have met enough for meditation, the accumulation. So in between meditation, you must do, things which is related to your meditation, related to your practice. For example, you have done meditation on emptiness, and in the between meditation session, you read books which is explain about emptiness. Or you have done meditation on compassion, and during the break time, you read books about compassion. Or you have done meditation about impermanence. During the between session, you read books about impermanence. Or while are you eating, drinking, you must reflect. You must remember what you have done. You have done the practice of meditation of emptiness. You reflect about emptiness. Then another important, I think. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Can you see page number 101? There's number 1, number 2, number 3. Consolidation with regard to 1, training the mind in the object of meditation. Then number 2, observing vows. Number 3, accumulating the collections. That means whenever you do practice, you practice these three things together, simultaneously. Training your mind in the object of meditation, subjective aspect. Second, observing your vows. Even though you haven't taken any vows, but make sure all your action is not against or not the opposite of Buddha teaching. Make sure you're not going the opposite. Right? Always observe your vows. Always observe your action. Make sure the action is always be positive, not negative. And accumulating the collections. Then there's next. There's a few things you can. It's not so important. Now we just turned page number 102. 102. Acting with the vigilance, the foundation upon which you act. Right? Page number 102. Acting with the vigilance. So this is one of the very foundation of meditation. Normally people don't focus what they are doing. We must act. All acting, we must act with the vigilance. Whatever, for example, while you are eating, you must remember I order 2-3 types of food like rice, vegetable, like curry. You must remember there's a few foods. Also, while you're eating, you must remember I'm eating the food. I'm holding the spoon. I'm taking the food. I put in mouth. Also, if you count how many times you eat. After you finish, you must remember the taste of the food, the color of the food. Then also you must remember, now I finish my lunch. I'm getting up. I'm going to go back to my office. I'm going to go to my home. Whatever you act with the vigilance, act with the concentration, remember. Then you got good foundation of meditation. This session has 2 parts, 5 action of the movement and the 5 action of the activity in temple. So this I'll give you as a homework. Is mainly related, this, when we say temple, is mainly related to the Sangha. You can change the words, movement of, 5 action of movement and the 2 types, the 5 action of the movement and the 5 action of the activities. movement, right? We are moving here and there. Number one, what's the number one? Action of body going out to other place like tones and temple and turning from them, right? So this I give you as a homework. All the way to page number 102, 105. 102 all the way to 108. There's a few things you have to learn, that's why I give you as a homework. Now we study a little bit refuting the misconception about meditation. Refuting, that's been page number 109. Okay, this misconception about the meditation mainly came to Tibet. Mainly, came to Tibet, I think during the 5th century from China. That time there was a Chinese master who came to Tibet. His name was Hasang, right? Hasang or Hasang. We call China, Hasang, Hasang. There's a, some misconception about meditation. There are persons who have not begun to recognize that the classical scripture and their commentaries, construction, personal instruction, and how therefore may have the following clump. When you meditate on the path, you should do only stabilizing meditation rather than the repeatedly analyzing your object of meditation. So mainly Hashan saying, when you do meditation, do the stabilizing meditation, right? Meditation, not repeatedly analyzing your object of meditation. Because he says, for repeated analysis with the discriminating wisdom is only for time for study and reflections. Moreover, that means Hassan said, when you do meditation, just do the only the mindfulness meditation, not analytical meditation. Said, because the analytical meditation we must do time of study and reflection. Okay, study and reflection. In Buddhist tradition, there's 3 steps. When you practice, Dharma, first you must listen the teaching, learn, study. Second, reflection. Third, meditation. That means first you listen the teaching from someone. We call other power. Listen and you learn. After you listen, you don't just simply, follow, simply believe. You must think very deeply, very precisely about the meaning. Reflect, a lot of reflection. That means now you are not really, you listen from someone, now you are doing really experiment based on your own experience. After you got the, the perfect understanding, then you do the meditation. That means listening, reflection, meditation. Hassan said, analytical meditation is the time for study, reflection time, not the meditation time. He said, when you do meditation, do only, mindfulness meditation. This is his, standpoint. There's a very important reason he explained here. Reflection. Moreover, repeated analysis will prevent you from future attainment of the Buddhahood, because conceptual thoughts apprehend signs of the true existence. Do you know the meaning, the sentence, understand? Why we cannot do analytical meditation when we do the meditation? Look at. Moreover, repeated analysis will prevent you from the future attainment of the Buddhahood, right? Because mainly we are doing meditation in order to achieve Buddhahood. If you do lot of analytical meditation, is prevent future attainment, which is Buddhahood, because the conceptual thought apprehend signs of the true existence, right? That means, look at, he was saying, when we do meditation, we just fully focus on the object. We should not have any thoughts. We should not have any thoughts. That means, clean your mind, no thoughts. If you do analytical meditation while you're doing meditation, that means you have thoughts. You have thoughts. The thoughts prevent to achieve your attainment. Because when the thoughts arise, when you have thoughts, the thoughts comprehends what? Truth existence. For example, when you, let's say, as an ordinary person, just everybody reflect about Marina Bay Sands. Just reflect Marina Bay Sands. Just remember, that time we have thoughts, right? We have thoughts, we have a mind. The mind comprehends, realize what? Realize Marina Bay Sands. When we realize the Marina Bay Sands, how we, how we see the Marina Bay. We see the Marina Bay as exists, truly exists, independently exists, right? That means he said, whatever he has thought, the thoughts always comprehend the true existence. Mean is a synonymous, okay? True existence, inherently existent, solidly existent. These are synonymous. Then, when the thoughts, apprehends the true existence, that means the thoughts have suddenly the thoughts become kind of ignorance. This is the main reason. Now, look at the reply. There is the nonsensical character of the someone who is utterly ignorant of the crucial point of the practice of the Mitriya ornament. That means, he has a, really kind of non-essential character of someone who is utterly ignorant about the crucial important practice of Mitriya. So Mitriya Buddha, I think most of you heard about Mitriya Buddha. Also, at the Buddha lifetime, there were 8 bodhisattvas. There were mainly there were 8. One is the Mitriya, then Vajrapani, Avalokiteshvara. Then what are Manjushri, then Kirtagarbha, Siddhagarbha, so and so. We should not mix up the two Maitreya Buddha. Okay? One Maitreya Buddha was the very important disciple of the Buddha Shakyamuni. That time there was a Maitreya Buddha who are as a Bodhisattvas. That time there was another Maitreya Buddha. We believe, he lived in the Tushita, a pure land of Tushita. The Maitreya Buddha who was the most important disciple of the Buddha Shakyamuni, he was Bodhisattva. The Maitreya Buddha who stayed in the Tushita land, he is already Buddha. He's become Buddha, no Bodhisattvas. Bodhisattva. Also we say, this is Manjushri. This Manjushri, we consider he is a Buddha. He is not Bodhisattva. There's a Manjushri who was very important disciple of Buddha Shakyamuni. He was Bodhisattva, not Buddha. So Maitreya Buddha. In Tibetan language we have 5 treatises, 5 texts written by, taught by Maitreya Buddha. Right? I told the story. So Maitreya Buddha, so this he is totally ignorant about crucial point of practice for the Maitreya ornament of the Mahayana Sutra says. Now the sentence, proper attention is the best upon the period study, sublime wisdom which take reality as into object, arises from your cultivation of the proper attention. This sentence, taught by Maitreya Buddha. So this is, I think, still I think, look like there's a Vietnamese very, renowned master, Thich Nhat Hanh, right? Thich Nhat Hanh. So, Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh wrote books. One book he wrote particularly 8 minds based on the Chitta Mantra school. So when he explained about meditation, also the master from, I think, Burma, right? Goenka ji, right? When they explain meditation, they always saying some negative thoughts arise in your mind. You just look at the mind. You just focus on the mind. Slowly the mind going to disappear. You just focus within the empty of the mind, right? Look like their meditation mainly focus on non-object. There's no any object, right? No object. So this is, we can, one way, is kind of one method, very simple methods how to reduce the negative thoughts for short term. After you arose from the meditation state, then the negative thoughts is always there, right? For example, everybody very angry with Mr. A. Let's say Mr. A is very bossy, so we are not happy with Mr. A. Then we say, oh, don't worry, you should not think about him or her. You should not think about, just focus our job. Then we are okay, right? When we stop our walking, then again the thoughts come up, right? This is one way, a very simple methods how to reduce, how to minimize the negative thoughts. Very simple one. It's not the proper way. So look at, everybody has a certain emotional problem. based on attachment, based on anger, hate, whatever, we have a sudden mental cause emotional problem. That's why we feel we are not happy. So in order to reduce the negative thoughts, there are so many means, so many methods. Simple, you say you should not think about. Second, you just look at the mind. Try to find the mind, you cannot find. Slowly the anger is going to disappear. Then we feel peace and happy. But when we arose from the meditation, that kind of meditation season, the thought arose again. So as a Buddhist tradition, we should not totally ignore, we should not totally diverse our thoughts. We directly fight with the negative thoughts. First, just recognize the anger. Then just recognize the anger, then do analytical meditation. Why I'm angry with that person? Finally, you pound, this is the cause. Therefore, I'm not happy. Therefore, anger arises. Then you just reduce the cause directly using the antidotes. Then, after 10-20 minutes, it will totally change the situation. The next time when you see the person, you don't have any more angry. So, this is one way, the simply, even though the breathing meditation. So, when we have a Four Noble Truth, we will learn more about what is the best object of meditation. So, this is related to the object. So, that's why, Hashan said, we should not have any thoughts in our mind. Also, the best example he gave, he always gave the example were two snakes, white and the black snake. Very famous, analogy. He said, doesn't matter the positive minds or the negative mind arise within you. Both of, comprehend. He said, comprehend? Yeah, comprehend the truly existent phenomena. So he totally reject the both mind. We should not arise positive mind as well as not negative mind arise. Both of harm for us, both of prevent us to attain the Buddhahood. So this is, Lama Tsong-kha-pa says, a totally ignorant kind of idea. So this is a very important standpoint from the Chinese master. Now there's a long kind of argument, discussion, debate, between the Hasang and the Lama Tsong-kha-pa. Lama Tsong-kha-pa approved, his idea is totally wrong idea, approved based on all the Indian master texts. It goes page number 109 to 116. Yeah. So why not we have another 20 minutes? 20 minutes. So before we start new kind of another lesson, we should have a time for question and answer. If you don't have a question, I will ask question, one by one. No. I have a list. All of you have list. I just picked on the name. Okay. Any question? Feel free. Okay. Make sure. I said many times, I'm nothing, superior than you. I'm nothing, special than you. So feel free, ask any question related to the Lamrim practice, related to your daily practice, or related to your daily life. If I could, I will give you the answer. If not, then I will sorry.
You mentioned about one of the meditation is to think of nothing, right? But when there is when doing the meditations, there's always thoughts coming in. There are different thoughts. So just now what I did, and tomorrow what I'm going to do, and things like that. Normally we'll say that when the thoughts arise, we will just let it pass. We acknowledge there's a thought and let it pass.
Yeah. The classical, actually, let's say, symbol is, the pure Buddhist tradition, when we do meditation, when we meditate on something, mean we must have a object. We must have a object which is meditated on upon. Hassan said, when we do meditation, the mind doesn't have any object. The mind should not think anything. It's a misunderstanding of meditation. Also, because when you attend, teaching about meditation, when you watch meditation about in YouTube, many masters say that thoughts come in, let it go. Thoughts come is let it go. I don't think it's a very proper way to explain how to do meditation. But definitely, when we start to do meditation, many thoughts, pop up in our mind. Because we have a Dharma friend who are Geshe. When we are young, you always make a joke. Somebody say, "Oh, I have a sleeping problem." He's very, joker. Always make a joke. If you have a sleeping problem, I have best medicine. What? Read the Dharma book. Read the Dharma book. You fall asleep. If you don't remember, you try to remembering something. You try to remember. You cannot remember, right? Then say, open Dharma book. When we open the Dharma book, suddenly we remember, I have to do this and that, this and that. So many thoughts pop up. Right? Then when you read like the novel book, right? Novel book, there's no many thoughts. Fully observe the book. Book 1, book 2, book 3, right? That's why look at many thoughts. That's why in Lamrim say, I think some of you remember how the negative karma work, function within our mind. Generally, look at, simply you have a water in your cup. You shake very strongly. You just leave on the table. Still you can see the movement, the water in your cup. Since we woke up until we start the meditation, right, we have so many activity in our mind, activities. When you just try to do meditation, all thoughts is still, functioning in your mind. That's why at the beginning you really feel a lot of thoughts. You don't worry. Just still you continuously focus your chosen object. Then slowly all thoughts, become very calm. Another important, when you do meditation, at the beginning you feel, your breath is short, too long. Still you need to be patient, continuously do meditation, like a few minutes. Then your breath become normal. It's become very normal. You have a less thoughts. Because when we have a thought, then we start to worry, I cannot do meditation, I have a lot of thoughts. That's why we cannot continue the meditation. This is the lot of thoughts is come because we have a lot of activities. Don't worry, still you just try to focus the chosen object. Then slowly you have a less thoughts. Generally, you always remember what you are doing. Focus your activities. Then you have a less thoughts. Yes? Any question?
Another teaching of meditation is to open eyes to meditate.
I think we need a very professional doctor to open the third eyes. No, I think, that's why we have been reading many books, we attend many teaching, we, listen many audio. Somebody talk about third eyes. Open your third eyes, open your chakra, you open your energy. At this moment, when you practice pure Dharma, pure Lamrim, this is not time to, really think about open third eyes, focus your third eyes.
Not the eyes.
Yeah, wisdom eyes.
One of the Rinpoche taught to open eyes so that we keep ourselves aware, alert to maybe.
Yeah, in Buddhism mention third eyes. Third eyes are wisdom eyes. Otherwise, I don't know much about how to open the third eyes.
Not the eyes, just two eyes looking at the Buddha statue or
Oh.
the objects to meditate.
Oh, this is, I think we learn, next week we have a meditation class. It's clearly, reject by all the Indian master. When you do meditation, you should not too open your eyes, look at the object. You should not, too close. When you fully look at the object, you look like you are, focusing the object of meditation. You are not. That's why it says you must focus the image of the object in your mind. You should not fully open your eyes, look at the object. It's a very, instruction how to do meditation. But in the practice, there's a few occasions you really have to open your eyes, look at, the ladder or statue. Because during the meditation, when you feel I have a kind of dullness, my mind is not so clear, my mind is kind of sleepy. Then you just, look it up, you fully focus on the light, focus on the Buddha statue, focus on the ladder. That means your mind just start to be a little bit disturbed. There's a time, but normally you should not. Yes, any question?
We meditate only on virtuous objects of meditation.
Meditate on
Virtuous.
virtuous object, yeah.
If you give the example, if you are angry, you meditate on anger. But the anger is not virtuous.
No. When you get angry is the mind which is functioning within your mind. That time you need to choose an object which is the person whom you are angry. The person itself is not the virtuous. When you generate compassion towards the person, then the meditation object become virtuous. Anger is not object, anger is the mind. So the antidote is compassion. Antidote is the love towards the person.
Okay, but if you do analytical meditation to find the cause of anger, then the cause of the anger is because of attachment. Let's say you found out it's because of attachment, then you're angry, right? Then you apply antidote to the attachment. The antidote to attachment is attachment.
No, the last class I explained how negative thoughts arise. First, the ignorance is look like base, like a like foundation. Due to ignorance, then there is attachment. Due to attachment, then anger arises. It is not necessary anger always arises based on attachment, not necessary. So, when you reduce anger, you directly reduce anger, you can reduce anger based on reduce the cause. For example, if you meditate on selflessness of phenomena, that means you are reducing the root of the anger, attachment, everything. But as a beginner, you cannot go directly to the ignorance. For example, poison tree, the poison tree. You stay under the poison tree, you sleep under the poison tree, right? You know the tree always release poison. So you are a very weak person. You cannot cut the tree, root of the tree is too big. You cannot. You don't have enough, what you call, no, is tool. You don't have enough strong tool. Then you have a small knife. How you can cut that big tree? You cannot. Then what? Still you stay under the tree? No, you want to cut. How? You cut the branches, but bit by bit, bit by bit. Then finally you're able to cut, able to dry the tree. That's why, as a beginner, you cannot really, apply the antidote of the ignorance directly. First, that's why you have to, reduce the negative thoughts from the branches, the anger, then attachment. Then slowly you can apply the antidote of the root of the anger and attachment, which is ignorance.
But if I meditate on anger, right?
No. We should not meditate on anger.
Meditate on the person who caused the
Yeah.
generate.
Meditate on compassion, focus on the person.
How do you generate that compassion if you don't know what's making you angry?
You don't know what?
You don't know what makes you angry with the person. How do you generate the compassion?
I think everybody, if you analyze, everybody must know why I'm angry with that person, this person. Everybody must know, right? Have you ever have a time which you really don't know why I'm angry with this person, that person?
I know the reason, but I cannot generate compassion based on knowing the reason.
Yeah. Yes, first you must, so that's why I ask you to do homework for the 6 Pranjana Paramita. Within the 6 Pranjana Paramita, I ask you to do homework with the patience, right? So when you study thoroughly about practice of patience, it's explained you should not angry with a person based on the object, based on the subject, based on the result, so and so. So that's why we must say, in order to reduce anger, we must remember the person and generate compassion. Meditate on compassion in order to reduce anger to the person. Also, very important, meditate on compassion. But I repeat many times, meditate on compassion, meditate on emptiness is totally different. When you meditate on compassion, you should not use compassion as an object. Your mind must transform as a compassion, right? It's so important. So that's why, we must say, in order to reduce anger, remember the person, focus the person, generate compassion. And also, I explained many times, generally compassion and love is two different mental factors. And also, we should not mix up the love based on Buddhism and general love. Any question? No more question, right? So then we do. Any question? No? Yes?
Geshe-la, I'm sorry, I couldn't follow the difference between meditation and mindfulness. I missed the portion of mindfulness. So what's the difference between mindfulness and meditation? I think I could understand the meditation portion. What's the difference?
Okay, generally what does mean mindful? Mindfulness. Mind is a, we say, it's not tangible object, right? Mind. Mindful means your mind totally focus. You put all your mind energy in one side, right? Mindfulness means all your mind energy put together towards someone. This means mindfulness. For example, look at when you eating food, you are eating food with the mindfulness. I'm eating this food that tastes like this. This is mindfulness, but not meditation. Yeah, mindfulness, concentration, concentrate on eating food, concentrate on your walking, sleeping, but not meditation. Meditation mainly focus on the virtuous object. So this is the difference between meditation and mindfulness.
Can you use another word, awareness?
Awareness and mindfulness is different. Aware means you can see, you can aware, you can comprehend. Is not meditation. In order to meditate, you must aware the object. You must see the object. After you fully see the object, then you can mindful on the object. Awareness, mindfulness is different. Mindfulness and meditation is different. Within the meditation, analytical meditation and single-pointed meditation is different. In order to do the single-pointed meditation, number one, you must do analytical meditation. While you're doing mindfulness, single-pointed meditation, while you're not so clear about meditation, again, you do the analytical meditation. You both. Okay, sometimes, we try to do meditation. The meditation is not really there. Then again, you do analytical meditation. This means look like, you're chopping the tree, chopping the woods. At the same time, you have to make a sharper. You make sharp, and cut. Again, analytical meditations, you look like, what do you say? Sharpen your like a weapon, your knife. Sharpen and cut. If you just only cut, then there's no sharp. So analytical meditation is, sharpen your weapon or your tools. Then meditation is look like, you continuously chop up the wood or tree. Okay, any question? No more, right? So then we do, please don't forget the homework. Okay, next time I really ask, one by one. Yeah. Then you read further about the next lesson. So does anybody has any kind of suggestion about our class, about the time, about the time? Time is okay? Most of you okay for right? I don't think everybody has a I think same time. Then about the books, is okay? It's too thick? Any suggestion? Please, most welcome. You can ask, you can tell Sonam, we can tell all the ESCO members. Huh? The book I cannot change. Huh? Okay, Sonam, so any suggestions? So please tell Sonam, then we can change. So dedication prayers.